Hello, my Bellas. Welcome to the network. You have Eris here. So today I decided we were going to do a pick a plant reading in honor of my plant haul and that happened today on the 14th of August, but also because I've never done a pick a plant reading yet. So I think that it would be very interesting to see what energies reside moving forward. So with that being said, and in honor of today, I was thinking for pile number 1, we have the silver sword philodendron, also known as hestatum. He's new. He's actually my only one in this collection, so I'm very excited to have that one. Another new one that I got actually today as well is the variegated ficus, but usually, you know, he's got some pink hues up in that variegation. I'm absolutely obsessed, and the fact that he's so small just makes my heart warm. And then the wire vine, I just planted it with it as well as an accents piece, but I'm obsessed with vines, and this was one of my favorite viney plants. So we also have the Chinese money plant, and it's significant with its little circular leaves with my ocean quartz for. And then we have the ficus pile, right? And this one is also, it's a baby ficus. Like, they don't get that big, which I'm 100% obsessed with. And I also had to get 2 of them today. So I'm really happy to have this baby little ficus. And all my plants, I don't have the regular ficuses, actually. I only have a ruby one, and that's just about it. So these are all my new additions, and they're all so petuni. I'm very excited. Anyway, so essentially what we have here is pile number 1 with the silver sword philodendron, pile number 2 with the variegated ficus and wire vine, pile number 3 with our Chinese money plant, and pile number 4 with our mini ficus. Okay, so I'll see you guys in our piles, and I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, it's 3:33 at the clock right now. Oh my gosh, love it. Okay, anyway, I will see you all in the piles, and until then, bye-bye, my magical bellas. Hello, my pile number 1s. Welcome to your pick a card reading, and for you guys, you chose the silver sword philodendron, right? I'm gonna put him right over here, so he's kind of like the star of the show. All right, so today we plan on doing a reading, more so just what can you expect in this time to come. The timing maybe could be a week from now, next few days from now. This card wanted to come out, so we'll take it. Okay, sorry, getting used to this angle with the camera here. And I'm also, in honor of our plant friends, I'm using here the Intuitive Botanical Intuitions deck. So, what to be expected for pile number 1 in this upcoming time here? We got the Garden Heliotrope. Devotion and dreams fulfilled. Oh wow, that's pretty powerful to get. So there's a quote on this that says, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I think I just wrote that exact thing down yesterday for another reading that I was trialing out. And this is from Eleanor Roosevelt. Beautiful. And then the first card that came out actually is the Friend. And for the Friend, the affirmation is, "I am my own best friend and magnetize other loving friendships." Interesting. Okay, so right off the bat, I feel like there's a lot of self-love that's going to be very freedom-giving, essentially, once you start loving, putting that type of loving attention in the direction of yourself. And that's definitely what's coming in. And you've probably been doing that, working on yourself, and you might have overcome a relationship or 2, or something triggered you to want to put into yourself. I mean, for me, for example, this year on Valentine's Day, or like the month of February 2022, I was just like, shit, I am going to dedicate this month to loving thyself, and it was one of the best 30 days of my life, and it literally catapulted the rest of 2022 to be one of the best years of my life. So you guys might be dreaming about a specific person, you might be attuning to manifestation, and you have a specific person in mind, and this garden heliotrope is just like giving me that confirmation with, I mean, there's even a flower in between these two characters on the card per se. So definitely gives me a vibe that that's like a romantic union is a dream fulfilled. Devotion to self-love and dreams fulfilled. Wow. Okay, yeah, these two definitely speak hand in hand. You have the two doves here. You have more flowers, like two pairs of flowers. Never seen those types of flowers before, but hey, they're beautiful. And in the background, similar thing. There's like the floral artistic vibe of, but two. And then you remember the number here is 11, the friend to yourself. You've just been your own best advocate, your own best friend, and you've done things in line with your heart, like in line with who you are and what your heart's desires are. Anyway, self-love looks different for everybody. Every soul is so unique in that regards, and it's a wonderfully infinite world we all live in that regards as well. But due to this time that you've put in, or this time you're going to put into self-love, it's going to be like a inspired action, inspired moment, or that one action led to another, and then you just have this wonderful self-love habit now that you give yourself, and it was all for these goals that you probably wrote down, you've probably been thinking up, and you're probably now like, how do I get there, and what do I do to do it? Self-love, babes. Self-love. Okay, so I wanted to pull out a few tarot cards in regards to, and this is so wild, this is the Friends tarot deck. We got the Friend. Already your reading has a pretty intense amount of synchronicities to go around. So, okay. What can pile number 1 expect in this time to come in regards to, since dreams is right here on the table, we're going to talk about what dreams are to be expected. Maybe new dreams, dreams that I've been working on for a while. What's the time frame? All that good stuff. What are the positive energies surrounding my pile number 1s? Let's go with that. Ooh, that just flipped right over. We have the High Priestess with Rachel. Love that card. Yeah, and look at that. She has her book open. She has like this air about her in this specific depiction. She's just divine and in line with her best self. Dang, yeah, pile number 1s. You guys either have put in a lot of self-love work. Why am I still shuffling? We have enough cards. I just love to shuffle decks, I'm sorry. And then I just keep getting cards. I'm like, oh, there you go. We have the 6 of Cups, beautiful, and the 7 of Swords. Interesting. Well, let's see what these guys came up as to 10 of Pentacles. Dang. Yeah, you don't just have one dream, you have quite a few dreams. Wow. Whew. Okay. Pile number 1. There's a lot of divine feminine energy, most certainly off the bat. And to have the High Priestess, no one trumps the High Priestess's intuition. The Queen of Cups is honestly below in intuitive gifts and abilities. And there might have been like a message that came in for you that it sparked your mind about a specific person. And maybe that's going to be coming, but for all intents and purposes, you are building your intuition right now. That's probably why you're getting tarot card readings, but that is definitely something that you are developing, you're working on, and it is working. My goodness, for it to show back up here. And with the Queen of Swords, something to that with self-love that came for me, and it was a harder part of my journey, was the effort of setting boundaries, speaking my truths. But I was having like literal illnesses with regards to my throat and my esophagus, and like doctors were telling me to take pills for a while about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I couldn't speak my truths, right? And it didn't happen all overnight. It started coming like days led into weeks, and regardless, I transformed into an ability where I unapologetically set boundaries for me, you know, from others, people who want to be either energy vampires and they don't even realize it. It's so casually like subconscious, so you can't get mad and wrong people, but you have to realize for what it is, especially if you're empathic people. With the High Priestess, you can definitely get that. You're empathic people, so you have to set boundaries, you have to allocate time to yourself, and you have to maybe let a few people down in the moment, but in the long run, when they see all the work that's flourished and blossomed into who you are. And right here with the Ten of Pentacles, we definitely have that showing up. Like, there's intuitive gifts that are blessed upon you, and there's going to be financial rewards that are blessed upon you. And you might be stepping up as a leader in your role at work, and that might be where the financial abilities are taking off for you. And you might be using your intuitive abilities, using your gut really to make those sound decisions at your workplace, and you're going to be able to step up because you speak your truth, because you speak the right. I mean, the truth is right. The truth is the truth. You can't argue the truth. Not everybody lives in the place of the truth. So the fact that you authentically take charge, be the point person, and you're authentic, you're doing great stuff with your vocals, with your mind, and with your heart. That's definitely in the cards here. Okay, let's go to the Modern Witch tarot deck here as well. What is the positive energies, surrounding our pile number ones here? We got the Tower, which is significant change, and it's interesting it's coming up next underneath the Ten of Pentacles, and to the right we have the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, so with the Page of Pentacles, there's some type of idea that's coming to you, some type of financial advice that's coming to you that's going to really change the way you handle your finances. And it's going to be a godsend in a lot of areas of your life. And definitely with this Tower card, major change with the Page. Somebody is speaking words to you of financial wisdom, and it's good and come at the right time, because here with the Seven of Swords, it's like you're not living authentically you. Look at Monica in this card. This is when she was that roller skate bartender at this old, the themed diner. So it really was a hard time for her, but that's also wild. She met Pete, who's like one of the richest guys in the world at the time. So there is a lot to be considered for what you're going through right now, and there's some time to be gentle with yourself and what you're going through right now, but be aware that there's going to be some type of direct message about your finances as well that's going to launch your career and launch how you handle your finances, which therefore will change your life, right? I'm definitely getting that. And with the Queen of Swords, like, you're sitting on the top. You're sitting really prettily on the top, my Bellas, and that's for reason. That's for reason of authenticity. That's for reason of boldness, of truth. Like, you can't even, anything that's not the truth just doesn't even fly with the Queen. She won't even tolerate it. And that's why people trust you to be a leader. And that's what's so interesting too, because with these two conjunct, the Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, just makes me think, I feel the financial change in a career promotion, maybe a career change, but I'm definitely get just like a promotion. And this may be something you're manifesting too. Okay, so with regards to pile number one, what is the energy surrounding the dreams coming true? What's to expect for our pile number ones in the upcoming days? Yeah, see, I'm not sure what to do with that always. This happens to me all the time now whenever I'm getting readings or like doing readings for my spouse, especially myself. I get like wads of parts of the deck just flop on. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, I guess we could take that. And it really, I take them. At times I take them, unless it's half the deck, which is what just fell. Because I found that those actually do hold messages for me, even though I'm like, oh my gosh, too many cards. Okay. We're gonna look at this one first. And then, woohoo! Star Family. Goodness gracious. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. The imagery on that is fast. Oh my gosh, maybe somebody from your soul family is going to start entering your life. More members of your soul family, your soul tribe, are going to start entering your life through this expansive new career opportunity. But I'm also going to get the sense that this is like divinely timed action in place, right time vibes I'm very much getting. All right. How am I running out of space? This is silly. Okay, well, I guess we are. What are we gonna do? We also got loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density and addiction, let God in. Look at that like flow state, just like free falling. Lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. There might be some hidden talents that are coming through for you. That's like the first thing that just came to my mind when I saw that. Messenger. Oof! Gosh. And that's going to be coming down over here, right above the pentacles. Bringing harmony and balance. Yeah, that's so wild. Because the page is like, I'm really getting heavily that there's going to be somebody is coming with some type of idea that's either directly correlated to what you do for your career, or it's going to inspire you to do, like, inspire an idea for you for your career. That's wild. Messenger. Okay. Let's see, too. Okay, we have some last oracle cards here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to see if there's anything else, as in like a profound Magician in the Mirror came out. That's very interesting to come out. Very interesting. There's like man holding a coin. Yo. Pile number ones. That's literally the Page of Pentacles in this Oracle deck. If this deck really even has cards that correspond to tarot, it really doesn't. That's so wild. Oh, wow. I wasn't even going to take another card, but I'm happy one fell out. Happy family. Look at the blessings. Yeah, there's quite a few dreams coming true for you, my pile number ones. Quite a few. It could be you're trying to develop your intuition right now. You could be also healing from addiction right now, and amen to that. Congratulations on all that you've already done and that you're here right now. You're also working on belief. You're recovering pessimist first. For a lot of, I definitely at times can still consider myself a recovering pessimist, and it makes it really hard for synchronicities and blessings to come through. I'm getting the quote where anxiety is the thief of our dreams, like anxiety is the thief of our miracles, and anxiety is the thief of our manifestations. That's the quote, and it for real is. So you're doing a lot of self-care work. You're doing a lot of inward work, and you're aligning yourself with your soul's purpose by doing that. And by also doing that, you're aligning yourself with your soul family. Okay, yeah. And I was just like rough shuffling, and at the bottom of the deck, we have Door to Spirit. That came up as I talked about your soul family coming in for you. Definitely going to help. There's like, okay, this Lost Lands card and Magician in the Mirror. There's a new way of living that you want to take on and maybe bring on for others. Definitely getting utopia vibes, but it don't have to be that next level. It could be Angel of Balance. Interesting. It could be to do with like making more Zen and feng shuiing your home, adding more Zen into your life. It could have to do with quite a number of different holistic practices that you want to impart. Maybe it's earthing and going out in nature, doing yoga in the woods. Like there's just like a whole another way of living that you're opening yourself up to, and you might be taking it by storm. But for real, my lovely pile number ones, there is such an effort of like 3 times pretty much we got, there is somebody coming in delivering a message about financial advice, be it your finances in particular, be it some way you can increase your finances. There is literally a messenger awaiting, perfect time, perfect place. It's all gonna happen. There's nothing you can do to stop this from happening for you. There's nothing you can do to prevent it. It's already energetically in the works for you. You just have to keep putting into yourself, which that's a whole nother blessing in itself. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I just did that. Sometimes I speak and I don't understand. Anyway, you get it. But this self-love is transforming your reality because you're changing your personality. You're changing how you talk and think about yourself. You're changing how you treat others. You're forgiving more easily. You're taking on all of these self-improving habits that really, the ones that work for sure, especially for you. And it is going to change your reality for sure. Congratulations. Congratulations, pile number one. This is quite the energetic gift. So I hope to catch you in your next reading. This is really all the messages I have for you. Prominently, just be open to whatever unfolds. Don't, hold any expectations. This is like God and let God in, like God and let go. That's going to be your best next steps forward, as well as the self-love. So whatever that looks like for you guys, pile number ones. Yeah, pick up a book maybe. That just came into my head. Okay. Anyway, all the love, all the love, my pile number ones. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next reading. Ciao, bellas. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose the variegated ficus and the wire vine that I also just got today. I'm very happy new plowed plant owner here. So he's going to be present in our reading. And essentially, I guess what we can do is just really talk about the energies surrounding you at this moment, what to expect next, what blessings are on the way, and maybe when, if Spirit is kind enough. But I have this Intuition Oracle deck. Wow, interesting. As I said, Intuition Oracle deck. Ooh, I got 2 cards. I was only going to take 1, but hey. The Intuitive. And this is the... Dang, it's been 5 seconds in your reading and we got a synchronicity right out the gate. And I love this deck because there's so much artwork. The back is the artwork, and then the front is artwork and the back is its own special message, right? So you guys got the Intuitive and the Loner, which just immediately gives me spiritual journey and hermit vibes. So coming back to center, getting rid of distractions, learning about yourself once again, or coming, maybe for the first time. But I'm getting this is an experience along the lines of that. Anyway, so the affirmation we have here is, I am tuned into the energy of those I care about. Interesting. Very interesting. We have the intuitive. Wow, beautiful card. Look at her wings. Wow. Look at this Eden that surrounds her, that's flourishing. I almost see like a rainbow almost in those water. But the water's golden. She's, in commune with divine, and she's understanding the spiritual signs and spiritual messengers. She's literally communing with one of the birds who's just she's got wings too. So you guys might be air signs because there's a lot of air energy around this, and maybe also earth, air and earth in your charts. And then here with the loner, we have, I enjoy being alone and getting in touch with my true feelings. Well, I should have just said that from the start, because that's exactly the vibes I see here. Ooh, look at the stars in that sky. That's beautiful. This almost hits me as sand. And I'm being taken to that part in the movie Soul, that Disney movie. I love Disney, by the way. I'll probably make tons of Disney references all over this channel, but I'm not gonna apologize for that. And I just get that scene from Soul where they're in the dream world, right? And they're the one hippie guy who swings the sign in New York. He's the captain on the other side in this soul world where he rides a ship just like that, all over the desert to try and bring dark souls back home. Maybe to their passions, maybe to reality, just get them out of the murky tunnel vision, which is the veil essentially that we talk about in society. So beautiful. And look at how she's stepping onto this colored water. It's pinks, blues, green, teal greens. I'm just obsessed with the artwork on this. You know what's wild? I get the fact that it looks like the desert, because there's literal desert sand mounds in the distance, but then the artwork around and where her feet are touching is this sea life artwork. It's probably hard for you to see it, so I'm going to bring it up. But you see the sea life? And that's just so wild. I can't. The artwork on this card is unbelievable. Kudos. And then, we're getting air and water vibes from this card, for sure. Even if I may speak so boldly, Aquarius vibes, and maybe even Leo vibes, because there's the sun and the stars in this one, is what I say. So maybe the next blessing and the energy you're about to enter into, if you haven't already, is you are looking into how can you get cozy with yourself, how can you get comfortable with yourself, how can you develop better upon yourself, as we kind of close off this really wonderful 2022, abundant year, numerologically speaking, for sure. So I pulled also, oh my gosh, we got 3. I wasn't trying to do so many cards for these Oracle ones, but hey, I'm not going to pick, Spirit gets to decide that. So in honor of the plant friends we have in our reading today, I wanted to do a botanical inspiration Oracle card spread. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna make a big deal out of this. Because I always leave the creator cards inside every tarot deck if they have them, or Oracle deck, and this one has it. And wow, the author is Pierre-Joseph Redoux, who was born to a Flemish family of decorative painters. Paris is being spoken of, 1790s. Redoux had become the most famous and sought-after flower painter in Europe. Okay. You guys might I definitely get your creative and artistics. That is in your wheelhouse, whether you acknowledge it or not. You guys have artistic talents. And I get that. That's going to come to light to you, how creative and how talented you really are artistically. This is the creator card. The creator card I hold high importance around when I do readings, because I leave them in for a big reason. There's the world, there's the sun, there's the star, and then there's no universe card, right? There's no like you're co-creating with the universe right now card. So that's really what I designate these creator cards to. So the fact that that came out, you're going to also hone in on your development with God, source, spirit, the universe, whatever your higher power may be. That is going, the bridge between that communication, that channel you have with source and spirit in the divine sense is going to definitely increase on this hermit journey. Oh my gosh, we got the intuitive. Yeah, so I forgot about that. We got the intuitive. My dears, you are the high priestesses, the high princes of the intuitive realm. And this hermit journey that you're being called to do for however those signs may be speaking to you, maybe you're getting like a lot of spiritual messages from, maybe they be ocean themed, maybe you're getting a lot of messages from birds, maybe you're getting attuned to the change of the season and that's pushing you into the vibe to go hermit mode. But this, by answering that call, or maybe you already have, you are really going to find that this is going to heighten, increase, and deepen your connection with the divine, for sure. Whew, you are co-creating, my dears. Co-creating, very magical, very powerful. So we also got Coreopsis, which I love Coreopsis. Oh, I used to have so much fun selling them when I worked at garden centers. Coreopsis. I think I named a moth Coreopsis when I was at work. Side trail. Okay, and Amaryllis, which is so cool because Amaryllis blooms. They're commonly bloomers in the, or we always see them in the garden centers, grocery stores, you name it, if you're in America, to do with the Christmas season. And they're like your Christmas flowers. And look at how bold and red that is, which is root chakra, which is your home. You're recreating your sound structure for yourself. You're recreating your foundation. Yeah. And you're going to rebuild it stronger. And I'm getting that root chakra energy heavily with how bold this red from the amaryllis is. So with determination and creative achievement, wow. Yeah, creative. Create artists. You guys are artists. Whether you know it or not, you should definitely accentuate that talent more in your life. Maybe be it give it more time, or yeah, keep it up. Anyway, the quote is, you can't use up creativity. The more you use it, the more you have. Maya Angelou. Beautiful. And always joyful. Ooh, you might be very happy to be able to like disconnect from society for a hot minute. You might be very happy about that. This might be like a long time coming and you needed it. Or you might be taking on the perspective of, even if this isn't what you wanted at this time, you're going to be grateful regardless. Because with this always joyful and this yellow energy, which is also creative force, life force energy, is that solar plexus chakra, the sun, that brilliance radiates, right? Oh my gosh. And it creatively, like, and you don't have to just have a pen to paper and brush to watercolor. Like, that's not just what an artist is. You can be a scientific artist. You can be a linguist, a word artist. You can be a botanist. You create beautiful botanical inspirations. You know what I mean? So there's so many different, you could be an author, create. There's so many artistic ways to do things in life. No idea why I went on that rant. Okay, but anyway, I hope my point was made. Always joyful. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day of the year. Whew. Whew. Yeah, that's a real living prayer for you. And that is really life transformative. If you are to impart your gratitude and your love into every single day, major shifts. Major shifts, Bellas. Major shifts. Okay. So, I want to get into the tarot cards. And today we have the Friends deck, which is in its mini form. Ooh, God. That card just flew out. That card came out for power number 1, too. Success. Financial success. I mean, you get heavily financial success because it's pentacles. There's trophies on this mantle. So I'm hearing that song Trophies by Drake. But I'm also seeing friends, like the whole Friends team, the crew is also on this mantle. So it's not just like financial achievements I get from this card. I get, and especially also ties in line with that song Trophies by Drake, where it's like, I'm just doing the right thing. They don't give out awards for that. Trophies though. I know I'm living the life as a trophy person because I'm doing the right thing by everybody. And there's like a lot of success in being the change in the world that you wish to see, being that kind person to even to somebody who's not, you know, because you understand it's deeper than that. It's hurt people. It's not about you. So this is a highly successful card in a lot of regards to have the Ten of Pentacles come out. And that golden energy with the green in the background, which is heart chakra, that golden energy with the solar plexus, the colors actually match up perfectly. The green and the green and the yellow and the yellow. Just saying. So maybe these are areas you guys could be called to do some healing work in while you go and take some time away, dedicated to yourself. And that could be in regards to your heart chakra, your solar plexus chakra, and your root chakra. Those are 3 energetic areas that probably would be influenced very positively. Okay, well, we had this card that flipped out. Ooh, 8 of Swords. You, upon this journey, here's a blessing in itself. Upon this soul exploration, self-discovery, which is pretty much what the hermit journey is in a spiritual sense, you're going to really unlock and shed light on the areas where you and your mental patterns, your mental thoughts were hurting yourself, not helping you. Like you would think, oh, why am I so unfortunate? Why me? Like certain thoughts that lead like that. Maybe along the lines of victimization for sure. And you're going to see how that didn't create a better reality for yourself. It only just kept you stuck in the same reality where you were still there wasn't any enjoyment out of it. So you're going to shed, that's going to be highlighted for you in the coming days. And you're going to understand, oh my gosh, you're going to hear yourself when you think about these things. You're going to hear yourself when you say those not so positive about yourself things out loud. And it's gonna immediately, like a switch is gonna go off for you. And you'll be like, shit, that I can't be saying that anymore. And that's just gonna be a change that will be life transforming. That for certain has done by me having a lot of discipline on how I talk to myself and the thoughts that I have to do with who I am. Even if it's like I make a mistake, like really try my best not to get down on myself right out the gate. Just enjoy the process. Be grateful for the journey. Okay. That's like a solid blessing. This makes for a very powerful person when you can alter for the most positive the way you think and talk about yourself, and how you get things done. If you can have some discipline where all of that is going to be more positive, where all of that's going to be more encouraging, and you talk to yourself in those regards, that changes people's lives. Oh my gosh, this also came up for pile 1. The Page of Pentacles. That is very wild. Okay. And also got the 8 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. Very interesting. Well, celebration right out the gate. Well, I can't ignore the message that has to come with the fact that there's going to be some type of financial idea or some idea to do with your job that's going to swiftly come in for you and swiftly change the outcome for you in your reality. That's for sure. 8 of Wands is fast. You know what? Fire Wands energy is all about the lower, the solar and the sacral, solar plexus and the sacral chakras. Like, they're all about that, and there's a lot of passion and creativity that's born there and created into this reality there. And that's, this swift change is coming through, swift action. You're going to be taking swift action in the direction of, I want to say, your creative hobbies, like your creative talents. Literally, you can't use up creativity, creative achievement. That's literally spoken on the words of this card. So don't be afraid of the hurt, like this time that you're going to take to yourself. Be grateful that you have the opportunity to. Be grateful for all the lessons that come up in this time. Because remember, the flow of even Earth's natural cycles is the winter months, and then there's the summer months, and then there's the flow of the time in between. So naturally, we all have to have our brilliant, our high moments and our a little bit lower moments. And in those lower moments is where we can come back to center and collect ourselves and see where we can better ourselves and further grow. Like, it's a really natural process. It's very healing and it's very restorative. So don't be afraid of this time that you're going to take in the hermit mode zone, so to say, because it's going to, if you've never done one, taken time in that regards to yourself, then congratulations on doing it, but you're going to find that it's the best things in best chapters in life when you do. The best outcomes come out and the quickest when you do work on yourself, when you do put into self-love. Like, that is how that flows out. Okay, so here we're going to have some oracle cards. What is the next coming days in regards to blessings, in regards to, oh goodness, that's not abundance. I don't think you could speak abundance any louder. That is fruitful abundance, my dears. Wow. Pile number 2. Ooh, interesting. This isn't what we were talking about energetically, but it did come up. Oh yeah, it is, I guess, kind of coming up energetically. It was the first card that came up. The intuitive knows or has put in work within regards to that 7th chakra, that not only the third eye, but the higher self chakra. And that's what we have here coming out. So there's definitely like, we're going to touch back on the message I said before. You are strengthening that connection you have with divine. You definitely are. And maybe that's what's helping you take this time to come to center. But it's your life, it's your journey, this is your practice. Take all the time you need. There's no need to rush yourself. When you get that urge, when you get that fire within that like divine inspiration moment, that's when everything will flow and flourish and in the pace that is exactly meant for you. So please keep that in mind, pile number 2s. Feeling abundant at this very moment too always helps speed things up, always helps create your dream reality even more so when you impart your feelings. 3 of Cups, celebration. Yeah, celebrated times ahead. So, shuffling the Starseed Oracle cards here. You guys could definitely be authors. That came through. And I know I said that before, but like, I just looked at here and it said the word author is the first word I looked at, and she's holding a book, this divine archangel. Ooh, you could be calling on Archangel Uriel at this time. Archangel Uriel, you should look up what Archangel Uriel has to do with blessings, what blessings are associated with, because I think you will really like inviting Archangel Uriel into your energetic space. I really think that's going to be something of a game changer for you. Okay. Those want to come out. All right. So we got deep cellular healing. If that's not the vibe of coming back to center, I'm not really sure what is, but I love how the energies match her skin tones here as well. Like the color scheme matches. Yeah, ask Archangel Uriel for healing in however, many ways or whichever ways. Don't ever feel like you can't call upon any archangels or any angels or God to come and help you with anything you need. Please don't be afraid. They literally came out in your reading, this angelic being. So probably already with you at this time. I'm asking you to call in. This message is a call in to bring more, to invite Archangel Uriel. Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Holy cow. Boundaries, yeah. I don't know if I was talking about that in this pile, but that's definitely like part of taking it seriously when you're giving this, dedicating this time to yourself. And like afterwards, you've put in so much work to healing, and you've put in so much work to get where you're at that point. People who have the low vibes, people who have a lot of work to do potentially in their lives, you just don't have the time for it anymore because it just doesn't align with you. It doesn't match. And to take them on, to take into a conversation 2, 3, 5 of them, it would drain you. So boundaries is huge, and letting go of the weight of the world. You guys might have been called to pile number 1 as well, because there's stuff from pile number 1, specific cards that straight up came out. And there's similar message, because I just got taken to like that free falling, that free floating visual too. Then we got earthed. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. There might be like some, and this is why I'm called to that root chakra energy, because the root chakra earths you, that's for sure. But it not only earths you and grounds you here on earth, but it connects you to the divine, the mother Gaia. Excuse me, I can't speak. But you just might be feeling like you don't know where you belong, and that there aren't a lot of people who feel the way you feel. And that's why I'm also urging you to pile number 1, because it's just like you're definitely on this channel for a reason. Your soul family is also drawn to these piles the same types of readings by the same people, like people who are spiritually awakening. Find enjoyment in tarot for sure. So this isn't a forever thing. This time alone isn't a forever thing. So please don't be afraid of it. And then lifting the veil. Anything unaligned must go. Yeah, this is a huge blessing for you guys, and you may not see how it's going to exactly turn out, and what dreams that you're putting into place or have maybe always had are going to be coming true for you. You might not be able to tell that right now. I can't specifically say, cornucopia came out, so however they work out, it's going to work out in your best favor. But this time that you're going to take to yourself is the blessing that's coming for you in these next few days to months, to the rest of the year even. I'm getting the sense of that. You're really learning how to ground. You're really learning how to put into yourself. You're really developing your intuition. You're working on the lower 3 chakras for sure. Those are starting to heal. There's going to be stuff coming up, but just understand the second you start to get the urge that you're out, you're good, you're doing good. Like there's a time to not move, and there's time to go. And that time will also be very clear for you when it's divinely timed for you. I'm definitely getting that with the 8 of Wands and soul, like just best friend vibes, like soul family vibes in celebration of the good times. Okay, pile number 2. Wow, this is very, very beautiful reading. I want you to remember the Creator card came out. You are co-creating with God right now for your highest, best intentions. I also went through a time where I was in hermit mode, when I was spiritually awakening, straight up, like as that happened. And then for the months following that, I was in hermit mode, and it just felt so right to be, because there's nothing else I really wanted influence of. You can't always find this information when you're spiritually awakening, in the common day-to-day language. So it really does help. I enjoyed it I would love to live in hermit mode if I could, but it's not always the most appropriate thing for our souls at every time. So it's not always forever. It is an enjoyable experience for all of the ups and downs that are associated with taking time for yourself and healing. So make it fun, make it personalized, do exactly what you love. Read many books, watch movies, look for any signs that may be synchronous to you. And yeah, congratulations on taking this time seriously for yourselves, because I really see that as well, pile number 2. Because it's the second you start believing in yourself, the second you start making the change for yourself, that belief is going to not only make this process shorter, but keep the abundance process longer. Co-creator card. I just can't get over that. That's a big deal. Lifting the veil. You might be entering a time where you are spiritually awakening as well. So even further, there might be a new level to it. Really seeing the truths that are hidden in plain sight. I love this card too. How much you've been already so intuitive. I'm also getting the festival vibes, so like you guys might be planning to go to like one last festival this year for the summer seasons. Do it up. That is love for yourself, treating yourself. That is definitely it. Do it up. Do it up. And I mean, also keep in mind there might be some financial opportunities that are spoken to you or that come to mind from somebody you follow. So just keep your mind open to that as well. And just really fall back into the arms of God as you go about this hermit mode journey. That's like the weight of the world. And you're this woman, she's in the water, free floating. Just like fall back, right? Let everything unfold, get into flow mode, and yeah, it's really gonna unfold beautifully for you. Beautifully. All right, pile number 2s, thank you so much for joining me in this reading, for letting me do this reading for you. It's so much fun to be able to have this outlet, this channel, this network, and you guys being able to watch and being able to channel into your energy. Quite the blessing. So thank you so much. And until next time, pile number 2s, I'll see ya. Ciao, my magical bellas. Ciao. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3s. Welcome to your reading. Today you chose the Chinese money plant with its beautiful circular leaves. This one's a little bit light starved. That's why he's so elongated. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. Chinese money plant actually has a couple of different meanings, but primarily by the name, you could probably guess that having this plant in your area feng shuiically will generate more wealth for you. It'll bring in that energetic, attract that. So that might just be something you are calling to at this time, subconsciously, energetically, or you might be called to bring in more of the finances and the abundance, but that's what you have for your plant. So a lot of good luck around finances and abundance, right? That's really the first energy to do it. So I have this botanical inspirations deck that I'm pulling out in honor of our plants that are joining us today in our reading. I'm so grateful for my new plants too. I'm loving all of the high vibe state I'm in today with my flow day on this lovely Sunday, August Sunday. Okay, so for you guys, you got the false indigo, immersion and intuition. I love that blue. It's like a denim blue in the flower petals. It's hard to tell a little bit, but it's very beautiful. Immersion and intuition. So the quote is, when you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense. Yeah, I'm immediately called to talk about the fact that there's a lot of things that science can't really explain and are brushed off as, like miracles, medical miracles. Like there's just stuff that really, there's only so much book knowledge you can attain. And I'm the number one person to talk to about book knowledge. I love books. I'll forever be with my head in a book, but there's only so much you can learn from those types of experience, like that type of knowledge. There's experiences that need to be played a part in the wisdom that we take away with us in life. But there's also intuitive wisdom. There's also that gut knowledge, that body, mind intelligence, the body intelligence, instinctual intelligence, like when we just act on something before we even think about it, like our body just kicks into motion. And that's part of what intuition is. And there's another part where it's just in connection with divine and spirit and source. And that's what we do on tarot readings. We channel that wisdom and that the messages from spirit, and that's just what you're definitely being called to at this time. Look into if that's not something you're already working on, or if that's not something you already consider yourself as an intuitive person or an intuitive being. We are all spiritual beings living the human experience, and there's a lot of lessons in the school of life that our souls want to take away from. So this intuition is calling to realize that there's more than what meets the eye. There's more than what the average person can tell you. There's more to the situation than all the science, all the books, all the knowledge already on it. There's more that we don't know, right? One of the most humbling things I've ever done, I commonly do, or when I was younger I ever did, was look up at the stars, man. I would look up at the stars and just almost be overwhelmed by the unexplainable, overwhelmed by the immensity of what could possibly be out there that all the science and knowledge we have on this earth cannot confirm. And statistically, the billions of the most infinite universe, as they say it is, as we know it is, statistically there can't not be more life. It's just it's statistically impossible. But how can we prove and how can we definitively say? There's not much we know. So it's like I have to look with my soul. I have to see from the perspective of my heart almost, to be able to try and wrap my mind around these things, because they're so expansive. They're so new thought. My mind struggles to wrap its head. So I'm really getting those types of messages coming through for you guys. You might be asking those same types of questions, or you might start finding yourself in the energy soon, in the time to come, that's going to be a question on your mind, like the unexplainable. And maybe you're going to be on a personal quest, and it might just get really fun for you to try and explain some of these unexplainable things that happen in science, in medicine, in nature, in between people. Sky's the limit on that one. But that's just kind of what I'm being called to say. That's what's really coming through. Oh goodness. We're doing it today. Spirit loves to give me so many cards to work with. You know what? I love it though. I know I hate on it, but I really do love it. So, all right, for the 4 cards we got here, we got the Mentor, number 48, with the affirmation that is, I respect and learn from the wisdom of my elders. That is, this flower is really sticking out to me, and her wings. They almost look like butterfly wings. We'll scooch this over so this one has space. Okay, and then we have, the wings again. Wow. Look at the stars in the background. That sky. And look at all the different colors that they're at. And I love the border. It's just like that same pink. And we have the Sovereign with number 43. I am my authentic self and no one has dominion over me. Ooh. Unapologetically yourself. That's the phrase that came to mind when I see that card. Okay. Sorry, I feel like I'm struggling today with getting like the alignment of my camera and the cards in under wraps, but we're gonna keep on going. And we have with this one, wow, it almost looks like the universal sky is up there again, once again, but it almost looks like a giant ass ocean wave, to be very honest. And communing with nature. Look at how this fairy spirit, this male spirit, is like communing with nature, which is interesting for a divine masculine energy to want to commune with the nature, and this like very divine femme. So there's a duality here, there's a balance. And we have the tamer. I believe my cause to be just without anger at those who disagree. There might be some difficult conversations that you, swords energy, very to the point, unapologetically, because it's the truth, right? And then we have here this card. Wow, look at that beam of light just blossoming down, or beaming. Anyway, you get my point. Then we have the partners. I keep my word and put my partnership first in all ways. Interesting. I get a lot of loyalty and very loyal. You guys are very loyal people, which is something to consider as a noble trait. But it's almost with this sovereign card, you're loyal to yourself. And with this elder energy, the mentor, the elder, there's somebody who's definitely guiding you at this time. Maybe it's a spirit guide who's was once on the earthly plane. Maybe it's a grandmother or a grandfather who just is teaching you the ways of something that's more specific to your culture. Maybe, but I'm getting with immersion and intuition. Yeah, there's some parts of maybe your culture that holds true to mystical and shamanistic tendencies and practices, and you might be delving into them. But there might be a culture that you're also very interested in, and you might find that you meet somebody who maybe sparked that interest in this old, this foreign culture. It doesn't even have to be older than yours. A foreign culture of yours, because I get that with the immersion. It's like you're immersing yourself fully in this concept, this construct, this idea, or this culture. Seriously, and there's a lot of intuitive wisdom embedded within it. Maybe it might be a new religion that you're picking up on and you're imparting into your life. And I'm getting like from this solar beam here, like God's will, like shining down on you. There's like a lot of intuitive insight that's going to be gifted to you. And that's definitely a blessing at this time. This inspired knowledge, this inspired insightful, this is a very insightful and inspired time for you coming up. And that's a major blessing. Taming the naysayers with your truths. That also just came to my mind. I don't know why. Goodness gracious. Okay, well, let's get going. So the first off here with the Friends Tarot, we got 9 of Cups. Intuitive fulfillment. Look at how she's standing. Phoebe's standing so proudly, you know, with her intuitive achievements there. And she's put them on a shelf and she's standing right in front of them, you know, proudly showing them off. We got the 5 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands, goodness, and the Justice card. Wow. Well, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles are a very interesting dynamic to come out because they're the slower moving of the tarot, of the Knights. But they are the most sturdy. They are the most formidable. Like, you can't really batter and wear them down. What was this one? I believe my cause to be just without anger at those who disagree. Yeah, like that's definitely the energy I'm getting with, you know, that day at that Thanksgiving dinner where the guys and the girls went up against each other, but it was still all love at the end of the day. Like, you don't judge people for how they feel or if they disagree with you. You actually welcome disagreeable opinions and ideas, because really what they do is they open up your mind and your perspective to new ways of thinking. maybe that you haven't thought of before. You're constantly learning. I'm getting that vibe like somebody with their head in the books. Like I really am getting that vibe. Even though I'm not seeing it depicted in the art, you're going to be coming into a time where you're going to be doing a lot of spiritual research to explain what's going on, or you might probably trying to find your tribe. Finding your tribe. Yeah. And it's justice. It's justice well served. It's due time. You deserve to be in alignment with people who float your boat, with people who with the life that you deserve, really. It's not even just about people, but I'm getting that with this loyalty too. There are people in your life that are important to you that you want to come through for too. What's interesting is this Page of Pentacles came up again with a different card. That's wild. It's the third time it came up in this pick a plant reading. And there's a messenger. There's a divine message to do with your finances coming through, and it's a passionate, successful opportunity. Like you're gonna be sitting pretty in your creative energy, confidently. You are going to be controlling that creative energy and putting it to use. There's definitely that with the Queen of Wands. She's definitely a confident one, definitely confident. And with the Pentacles and the Two Pentacles and the Two Cups, there's a financial and intuitive, like power play, power move that you're making. And it's got to do with a lot of research that you're doing. Okay. Pile number 3. What are the blessings that are to be coming in the time here in your future? Okay, we have quite a few cards just fly all over the place, so give me a second as I collect them all and collect myself. Ooh, we have the Devil. We have the 8 of Cups. 6 of Swords. And get it over there. 8 of Wands. Interesting. Oh my gosh. The Death and Star. What do we got here? Like 3 major arcana. There is a pretty significant change coming through with this Death card, that's for sure. And with this 8 of Cups, there are intuitive hits that you're getting, and you're taking heed to follow that guidance. You could be coming out of like a hermit mode time frame too. And I get that with the Devil, because it's like you're walking away from things that are distracting, things that are no longer serving you. And congratulations, because creating those types of boundaries are the most rewarding, but they are probably the hardest to do at first. So seriously, congratulations. Well done, might I add. And also I'm getting air energy. I'm definitely getting air energy. You guys could have a lot of air in your chart. And a lot of water in your chart, or there might be air placements and water placements in your birth charts, because yeah, the swords are really sticking out, and the intuition is definitely sticking out. And right out the gate with the false indigo, like that was the first message, really getting at that, playing at that intuition, intuitive hits. Okay. So what for the oracle cards here? On the floor, man. On the floor. Okay. So we have hostilities, adjacent possibilities, and a woman holding a coin. Ooh, this might be a female friend of yours that has the potential financial insights that you're looking for. And look at this, hostilities, and it's coming up again, like this disagreements, but difference of opinions, and you're respectfully agreeing to disagree with people, but you're also respectfully listening to the people who you're loyal to in life and giving their opinions a fair chance. But you know, you're doing your research, that you know you speak properly upon a situation regardless, like that's your truth. And maybe somebody's going to speak an idea to you that might be conflicting at first, but then you might rework it in your head, change your perspective a little bit about a certain idea, and it's going to propel you forward financially. You're going to take it and run with it into a creative idea that you can turn it into a career of this creative idea. You might just get creative within the career field that you're at through a difficult conversation, or maybe this through a disagreement. That's come up multiple times for you. Like, there's going to be conversations that differentiate from your opinions, but you're going to take it and be like, wow, okay, new perspective on this. It actually might, if I twist it this way and I do a little of that, I could actually turn this into something that is worth it. There's a fortunate idea coming through. And transformation too. There might be a little, you guys are definitely, with the Queen of Wands and this woman holding a coin, the black cat, which is always a symbolism of magic and always a symbolism of I don't want to say like the occult, but we're getting very spooky times like ahead. Like soon it's gonna be October, man, and that's like the time to sell. Like, it's just such a vibe when that comes through. So it's like there's such a vibe, like a mystical vibe that you're also gonna be imparting more into your life as you financially grow, even more and more. Like, there's just, and it's gonna bring you joy. There is a joy. You might also just have a cat. You might also have a cat or be looking at black cats and getting a new pet in your life. Wow. That's a pretty clear message. You might be the woman holding the coin after your perspective, you change your perspective on an idea. And then when you rework it and then come forward with it to your company or creatively birth a new idea into a project, that's beautiful. Double mission. Lightworker starseed. Serve the world by being you. Yeah, that's pretty powerful. I feel like this eye makeup, you guys might be into, like, makeup on the faces here are pretty prominent. They're pretty well done too. So you guys might be also looking into like becoming makeup artists, or you might just be very good with, you know, painting and crafting on paper. But there's definitely, you might be doing both. You might be starting a project and you might also be working at a career, and you might be developing your intuition into both. There's also like walking away from no longer serving you vibes. You got the Six of Swords here and the Eight of Cups. And with those two energies, I mean, also once again, the swords and the cups. You might have air and water placement in your charts. But there's just like a new journey. You don't know that, like, where the light, how far away that light at the end of the tunnel is. You don't, but you're following your gut, you're following your intuition here, and you're walking away from stuff that no longer serves you. And that's going to be opening up the channels for you to have that new perspective. That's going to be opening up the channels for you to shine brightly, because you're not getting your energy lowered by these low vibe situations, these low vibe thought patterns, these ways you can hurt yourself and ways others hurt you. Small, big, larger, in between. But I am also definitely getting that research vibe that there's like a spiritual practice you're researching, there's like an old school culture you're researching, and there's going to be a full-on immersion of what there is to know, and all encompassing. And that's also a blessing for you guys. So there's going to be a new idea spoken to you. You're going to be the man or woman holding the coin. And you're walking away from what no longer serves you. My goodness, pile number 3, well done. This is a very impressive reading, and I really enjoyed tapping into your energies today. Thank you for being here with me and our plans, and thank you for being on the network. So until next time, pile number 3, ciao. Hello, pile number 4s. Hello, ciao. Welcome to your reading. So for the plant that you guys picked today, and I love the plant that you all picked today, it is the ficus, and it's actually bred to be a miniature ficus. So when I saw these, I actually got two because I was just so impressed. And I love all things miniature. I tend to train my plants to stay small, because that's just how I was horticulturally trained. And yeah, anyway, I digress. But you might have a botanical background, a horticulture one, who knows? You might have that in common with me. So for any which way or who's it, we welcome our ficus plant into the reading, and we shall get right into it. Okay, so today I wanted to start off with these botanical inspiration cards because for no other good reason besides we have these plants in our reading blessing us today, and I would just love to honor and cherish that fact. So we got the daffodil. Wow. Rebirth and new beginnings. So new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. Well, if that's not the Tower card in any strange or effect, I would be hard pressed to find another one that's really as accurate as that. Okay, so the daffodil. Narcissus. So there might be a painful ending with a narcissist in your life. That's the scientific name of daffodil, but there's also, I'm getting a lot of like how like solar plexus chakra healing, and what those types of emotions and healing, how that process works. I'm seeing that process coming into effect for you guys due to this ending, or maybe that caused something to just no longer align with you in your life. That's why you started that healing process, and essence in that journey, or that healing process, really woke that up for you, made that very clear for you. Ooh, okay, so we got the beautiful card. This came up for me today, personally. You guys and we have quite a few things in common, must I say, my bells. So the dreamer is what we got. And I just absolutely love the lotus flower unfolding in her hand and the moon shining that way. The art describing the way that shines is just very regal. It's just very beautiful. Very beautiful. And we have the dreamer. So the affirmation is, I pay attention to what my dreams are trying to tell me, because those dreams are your soul's mission, just so you know. Like, whatever your heart is calling to, there's a good chance that that's exactly what you signed up to do. Your soul wanted to do in this lifetime. That's why you feel so urged to do it. That's why your soul, like, dang, that's how that works. And when that was explained to me the first time, that really opened up a whole pathway when I started to write down my manifestations. I'm like, wait, so if I really feel called, like if I really just enjoy something, or my heart like kind of aches when I'm watching others do a certain particular act, may it be creative, may it be scientific strokes of genius, may it be knowledge that they speak, like maybe there's certain things that just like, it can be small or large, when I found that out, I really was able to cater my manifestations and my scripting and all that good stuff to my soul's needs and my soul's mission more specifically. And it really does open up a whole new way of living, a whole new way of thinking, and a whole new beginning. So I really feel like there's a lot about you that you're starting to become aware of what your soul is calling you to do. And it's because maybe you know this fact already, that when you dream about something, that's because you're meant to do it. And spirit is not like love is divine is love. So there's every ounce of divine compensation waiting to take place for you. So when you dream, it don't matter how big the dream is, it's exceedingly possible for you if that's something your heart urges you, like you get like an ache in your chest, like that's just like, oh dang, and you don't even realize it at first, but maybe you do. That's what I'm meant to do. But that's the type of like internal conversation, internal or reality, that shift that I'm talking about, or I'm referencing here. and you're looking at your dreams and you're believing in them. You're giving them their due worth. As this time of this new beginning, that's either you started to do this, or because of this new beginning, something, piece of knowledge was given to you, or just like a new insight just came to you, and you're like, wow, okay, maybe I should start using this maybe I should really just change all things about my reality to make it better. Like everything I can cater to my needs. So there's just like a whole dream big, new beginnings energy that's surrounding this, your pile, your reading. My bell was in pile number 4. Right out the gate. Right out the gate. Which is very beautiful. Okay. Very beautiful. So first off, I'm going to do some tarot cards, and we got the Friends Tarot deck. First off, what fell out is the Knight of Wands, which, that is fiery, creative passions. So now okay, so that's very cool. You're not only you're starting to believe in your dreams, but God is answering your prayers of your dreams and giving you the insight on how to make it happen, and you're gonna go. That passion is flourishing within you. You're gonna go. And that's where that's solar plexus energy, that creative energy, and where like you turn your creative dreams into a reality. Wow, that's awesome. And you're believing in that. You're believing in this guidance that you're getting. Boop, 10 of Pentacles. Oh, hey. Fortune and Fame, hey. Yeah, you're my dreamer piles, and you're my piles that I'm here to let you know that those dreams most certainly can come true for you. Please do not diminish the breadth of how big they might be. Do not do that. That's not something for you. Do not question how other people got there or to that place. That's their journey that was meant for them. There's maybe a similar but different, specifically for you, journey on how you're going to get to those places. So don't judge how other people do it. Don't doubt yourself because you're not other people who did it. You know what I mean? Wow. Big Fortune and Fame. Oh, these dreams. Yeah, there's even more that are coming through for you, but it's like you're really now believing in them. We got the Death card with Ross. That's fascinating. Major change, guys. I'm thinking the Death and the Tower card, and then the Death card comes out. And we got the 7 of Swords. And there's some truths about your reality, some truths that were hard to swallow at first, but truths that not everyone can handle either. And I get with the 7 being present, there's a spiritual journey that you are you're walking down, you are on. And maybe that's why you're handling this new beginning, this change, with such grace, by the way, might I add. Because Monica with the Moon, she's just so alluring. She's so captivating. And she, in this card, just gives me that, like, grace. A divine grace. Like, I handle whatever comes my way with the utmost grace and a smile that I keep gifting, the world with. So here we go. 8 of Wands. That just completely correlates with the Knight of Wands. Fast, paced, passion, ideas, dreams. Like, you're getting the ideas on how to make your dreams come true, and then you're taking action on them. They're not really going to be so much hidden from you anymore. How what the steps forward are, and because of that, you're going fast. Oh gosh, we have the Chariot. This whole process for you has been divinely guided, and the process will continue to be extremely divinely guided for you. Beautiful Bellas, magical Bellas, my goodness. Dreamer Bellas. Okay. Oh, this card fell on the ground. It's going to take one more card. I'm just surprised I haven't seen the 8 of Pentacles, because that's exactly the energy of, like, you're creating your abundance. You got the answers, or you can expect, right? energy in this near coming future, you can expect the answers on how you can passionately take the next steps forward. And when I say passionately, I don't mean romantically. I mean with chutzpah, with energy, with gusto. Like, you are going at this new idea with just like your eyes lit up, and you're still in that hype mode, that inspired mode, right? All these ideas about how to make your dreams come true. That is the blessing. That is what's for sure. I want to say you're already in that mode, like you're in this flow state, that's coming through for you, or you're going to be in it soon, because we got the wands energy here and the swords. So those are heavily fast-paced suits, and it's all because of this new beginning, this change that happened in your life. And that is, life happens for us, not to us. And with the Chariot card, this has all been a divine happening in your life. All of these processes that led up to these moments and that will continue to unfold. You are divinely connected. You're intuitively connected for sure. With the moon too, you might be Cancers, by the way. You might just have a strong water placement in your charts. And I'm sorry I didn't hit on this yet, but we have that confirmation of synchronicity with the Knight of Wands repeated twice here in 2 different decks, which is why I do that. I love when the synchronicity comes out. The same cards from different decks come out. That's just like that double confirmation, which I always needed. Being a recovering pessimist, oh my god. Love that process. Anyway, so what I'm getting at here is take heed. Take heed. Maybe not so hold on tight, just like open your mind, let whatever comes to you flow, let whatever inspires you inspire you, and then take that inspired action following after. But there's not going to be, I mean, the moon does symbolize lack of, like, there's not everything is going to be shown forward. Not everything is going to be laid out right in front of you every step of the way, but that's part of the beauty of the journey, is taking those next steps and figuring it out each step of the way. It's like you get to look back on that with hindsight and in memory and be like, wow, look at all those steps that I took in that field. But I feel like this is such a moon card, and with the moon coming out twice and such brilliant effects each time, both with like the divine woman, I feel like you and the moon communicate very closely. There's not much that the moon really in secret keeps from you. You're one of those piles that you know how to attract. You've kept the moon, like that lunar energy is totally your vibe. You're totally with it. You are a lunar linguist. If, you know, anyone's ever told you that, I feel like that's very strong for you. Pile number 4 is very much connected to the moon, the lunar cycles, and all the intuitive guidance. That is definitely a gift. That's a blessing. And it's not something that you have ever yet realized. You're going to realize that. That is for sure. Okay, so a couple more oracle cards. I have the Starseed Oracle here. We are going to live shuffle. Yeah, but keep dreaming big. Keep letting the divine guidance inspire you. Keep that mind open. Nothing is too big of a dream for you, pile number 4s, and definitely getting that from your reading. I just got like a big smile came across my face. And yeah, okay. It was 14:17 on the clock. 14 is Temperance, and 17 is the Star, so just like in the moment. Thought synchronicities. Okay, 2 just came out. I don't know why I'm still shuffling. I have this thing where I just have to keep shuffling, like I just have to shuffle decks. Like I have to put them in my hand. Okay, so that's why I'm very grateful that you guys are always down to watch and be a part of these readings, because you're helping me as much as I may be helping you. Like, this is very symbiotic dynamic here. All right, so we got, wow, what brilliant blues. What brilliant blues. The whale and the orca elders. Share your song. Frequency of sound. Diving deep. Sound therapy. There's a level of sound, like sound therapy. If you ever heard of it, maybe you should play a part of that in your life. If you've never heard of it, maybe you should look up sound therapy. There's so much stuff. I mean, you're on YouTube now. There's so many like Hertz songs specifically associated with the energetic frequency, Hertz specifically, to do with a specific energetic, like, you know, your chakras. I'm sorry, I went super far off to say, like, there's songs on YouTube that heal certain chakras. So try that out. If you're doing something, if you're sitting at your desk, you're putting in work, and like just have that in your, you know, singing to your subconscious, so to say, throughout the day, and watch as that actually there's a lot of people don't really give credit to sound therapy, but that is some of the most potent stuff, because if everything is a frequency and everything is vibrating, then why wouldn't the frequency of sound specifically tap into that? Just saying. So star bathing, light bodies, crystal grids, transmission, activation. Ooh, I love that. All right, I also want to bring to your attention a practice that I particularly love to craft in is crystal grids, and that is something that has been mentioned in this card, and it is, I mean, I nap with crystals on me. I will lay crystals in specific spots all over my house. I'll combine certain crystals, and you know, you just envision the grid that you're taking. It's like you go to geometry class and you're making these octagons, these triangles, these pentagons, you name it. Like, you're making all these shapes, but they actually hold energetic resonance. And when you put crystals, it's like you're walking into a grid. You're walking into, and you walk into that grid, there's a healing frequency specific to those crystals that are specifically pertaining to that grid. So I'm not so sure if any of you in pile number 4s have heard of crystal grids, and I hope my explanation was helpful. But if you already have, there's something about crystal grid therapy and sound therapy that is definitely calling to you, and you should look into imparting that into your practices, into your life, day to day. Maybe twice a week, every day, however many you want it, as long as you try to make sound therapy and crystals, get certain crystals to do with certain chakras, you name it. And the one that's speaking most prominently to me in this reading is the solar plexus, but I might also want to say the 7th chakra and the 3rd eye chakra, because we got these purples and we have the charm specifically on this young feministess's 3rd eye location. So there's a few chakras already being like specified in your reading if you don't know where to start in regards to what type of sound vibrations you should listen to, but that's crystal grid and sound therapy. Just like really, really playing a part. And like I said, I'll just lay down with Netflix playing on the background or a reading, and I'll have crystals all up and down. I mean, I have crystals right now in my bra that I love to keep with me at all times, specifically to that area. These are things that, you know, certain, you know, intuitive people, they do, and certain mystics, they're totally about, because it works. It's definitely makes a difference. Coming from one mystic right here to many others of you viewers, that's exactly what I do. I have angelic frequencies right now playing over our reading, plus I have certain stones and crystals all over the house and in my plants, and it just really helps the energy move within the house too, for feng shui purposes. But I digress. Ooh, interesting. That one was just like completely opposite of the rest of the cards in this deck. So at the bottom of the deck, 6th chakra, 3rd eye chakra is coming up again with Archangel Metatron. Ooh, I love Archangel Metatron. I constantly commune with that quantum gate, him, herself, they, themselves. So that's, if you see Archangel Metatron or are interested, I implore you to look them up. But then there's also Archangel Raphael with the 4th chakra. Interesting. So there's another specific message to do with the heart chakra, which they say, if you're really trying to affect magical change in the environment, it's not your mind that's the most powerful, it's your heart that's the most powerful, because your heart actually beats, and every beat, it creates like mad electricity, 3,000 times more than the brain actually consumes. So if you really want to make a new reality energetically, focus on heart and heart healing. Yeah. Ooh, heart. I love that. Joy to romance with number 33, 38, 33, 32, and door to spirit. Oh, okay. Yeah, also connecting, the heart chakra is considered the bridge between the lower and the upper chakras. And I'll probably be speaking a lot about them because they are so prominent to any type of like real, like, it's intrinsic healing if I'm gonna get real down to the basics. But when you unlock the door, that heart portal, that heart in your, your heart chakra, that in your chest, once you unlock that, not only does your reality shift, but you are connected to the divine, because the divine is only love. It's all the divine operates on. It's all gods operate on, right? And so that's so fascinating. This is like a call to action, a fulfilled action, and here is the reward of said action. Just saying. So there's going to be quite a lot of big dreams. That's like the blessing of the times to come for you, my pile number 4s, is there's a lot of dreams that you're going to be taking action on, and that whole journey in itself is exciting. That whole journey in itself is so enjoyable, like the ups and downs of creating and taking the next steps that are exciting. So write it down, take videos, take as many pictures, enjoy the process, take notes, like, so you can track how the progress has been going. But like, this is a time where you're going to be taking a lot of inspired action on all of those inspirations and making your dreams like a reality, that's for sure. And no wonder you're being called to incorporate the heart chakra in, because that is one of the most powerful chakras, especially when it comes to co-creation and manifestation. Holy cow, I really cannot emphasize enough the power. Like, truly look up master manifestors, and every time they'll go talk to you about the self-love and their heart. Any YouTube channel that has any old school or new times master manifestor who's going to be talking about, they're going to bring you up to the subject of the heart. So I'm not, and the heart chakra is actually connected to Leo, I've recently learned, which is fire, which is passionate action, really motivated. Your eyes are lit up at this time, and spirit is with you on this journey. So that's so exciting too. Like, you are truly co-creating. You can just ask spirit for anything, ask them for any type of idea to be elaborated on, and then go take a walk or go take a drive, or go read a book, and like let the day flow for you, and let that inspired answers, like that the prayers to your questions, to your answers come to you. But I really feel like this full moon in Aquarius was really powerful for you too. There's a lot of lunar energy coming up, but there's a lot of action on your dreams coming true. Like, taking action, you creating your dreams and making them come true. All right, pile number 4s. The last thing I want to leave you off with is look up crystal grids. If you want me to do a video on them in more depth, I'm so open to that, so you can comment about it. Sound therapy, look any type of chakra up, specifically the heart, solar, and 7th eye, or 3rd eye too. 7th chakra, but 3rd eye as well. There's like 4 chakras you can just immediately start working on because they're coming up in this reading, and I always find that those are things that I'm being called to impart into my life more of, so to say. So sound therapy, crystal grids, and just continue to be divinely inspired. My goodness, my creatives, my dreamers, pile number 4. my magical Bellas. It's an absolute pleasure to tap into your energies at this time. I look forward to doing so again in the future, and thank you so much for being here on the Modern Witch Network. Eris, as you know, is out. Ciao.